Hello, hello, everybody. How is everybody today? Hi, Kat. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Joanne. And welcome. Hello to everybody joining in. So, before we get started, everybody can hear me okay? Hello, Patty, Roberta. Hello, blessed and highly favored. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning from Louisiana. Woohoo! Everybody in the house here. Okay, great. Hello, Lisa Durr. Patty Cook. Hello, everybody. Frisco, Texas. Wow. Hello, Justice Janie, Darlene Burke. Hello, everybody joining in. I'm glad you can be here. Please smash that like button on your way in. Des will be in shortly. It's going to start at 12:30, you guys, but I was going to initially start at 12:15 just to make sure I've got everything set up right. But there's some other filings that just came in, so I want to go over that really quick with you guys to show you. Hello, Miss Bonnie B. Hello, Chanel. Massachusetts. Got people, Pennsylvania. Hello, Connie from Ontario, Canada, my fellow Canadian. Hello, Capel. There you are. You made it. Glad to have you here, Capel. Hello, J Patrol. Sorry if I'm missing anybody here. I'm trying to get this other paperwork set up that was just filed, so I can show you quickly before this. Hello, Farah. Good morning, everybody. Afternoon to whoever's in afternoon. Evening for whoever's in evening. Hello, Cat H, and welcome. Okay, so I'm going to share some paperwork that was filed. I want to get this out of. Hello, Miss Missy. Thank you for being here, darling. Okay, so I want to share this with you guys just so we get this out of the way so we can do the hearing watch for Chad. So this was just filed late last night. Hello, Christine. Great to see you here. Okay, so in the District Court of the 7th Judicial District of the State of Idaho, in and for the County of Fremont. Hello, Mario Cruz. Hello. So the State of Idaho has filed this. Hello, Marriott Faye. On March 8th, the court entered an order for competency evaluation pursuant to the 18-211. Therefore, the court and the parties received the completed, I was going to say complicated, but that probably would have fit too, right, you guys? The completed psychological assessment, which determined that the defendant is not competent to proceed. The state advised the court that it may contest the findings, and the court scheduled the matter for a hearing on June 16th. Now that June 16th has been canceled. On June 4th, the state filed its withdrawal of contest for the 18-211. Therefore, having considered the evaluation and there being no objection from the state, the court finds the defendant lacks fitness to proceed, and in that the defendant is incapable of assisting the defense of this case, and the court finds that the defendant does lack the capacity to make informed decisions about treatment, and the court finds that the defendant is not dangerously mentally ill as defined in IC 66-1305. It is ordered. The proceedings in this case are suspended except as provided in IC 18-212-5 and 6. Hello, Chris, and welcome. The above named defendant is committed to the custody of the Director of Idaho Department of Health and Welfare pursuant to Idaho Code 18-212 for care and treatment at an appropriate facility for a period not exceeding 90 days. The Fremont County Sheriff shall transport the defendant to and from this facility. Hello, Bonnie D. Abbotsford, BC, fellow Canadian. Hello, hello. An evaluation of the defendant's mental condition shall be performed at the time of the defendant's admission to the facility, and that the progress report shall be prepared on the defendant's mental condition. This progress report shall include an opinion as to whether the defendant is fit to proceed. If not, whether there is substantial probability that the defendant will be fit to proceed within the foreseeable future. If at any time the director of the facility, I can't talk, you guys. Hello, Christy. If at any time the director of the facility to which the defendant is committed determines that the defendant is fit to proceed, such determination shall be reported immediately to the court. 6, if during a commitment under the order, the defendant who has the capacity to make informed decisions about treatment refuses any and all treatment or the only treatment available to restore capacity for trial, the director of the facility shall immediately report such refusal to the court. Each report shall be filed in triplicate with the clerk of the court, who shall have copies delivered to the prosecutor and defense counsel on record. If the defendant escapes from custody during his or her confinement, the director shall immediately notify this court, the prosecuting attorney, and the sheriff. So she is being committed to a mental health facility. Okay. So there we go. I wanted to bring that to you guys so you guys had it. Hello, DJ, and welcome. Welcome, welcome. So now we sit and wait, you guys. I have the judges' Zoom thing up and waiting. As soon as they are starting, we are going to go to that. But I figured I would get that out there. And if you guys wanted to chit chat a little bit before, this gives us the opportunity to do that. Okay. Patty says, Lori will play this out as far as she can. Also, her attorney needed the time to ask yourself. Yes, I agree, Patty. Hello, Freudian slip. Hello, hello. Yes, let's have good vibes today, because there's been some stuff put out there about me from my last live that I'm not too happy about, because I think I treat everyone pretty fair, and I'm not going to get into it, but there was something there put out by somebody that I had a lot of respect for, and yeah. So, like I said, you guys, I've always been open to hear everybody's comments. Like you guys know, when I am reading over paperwork, so as you just realized there, when I read this over, I put myself to the side, which means it's not big for you guys anymore. When I do that, I can't see chat. So it takes me a while. Once I'm done, there she is. That's okay, sis. I know you got your hands full there. So I got both mods in here today. That is great because we may need them. But to just touch on it lightly, there was some stuff that was put out about me needing all this attention and this and that, and not getting, it was, I don't really want to get into it all. It's the first time it's ever happened with me. And it came from somebody that I really respected, a subscriber that I really respected, and a subscriber that was treated with the utmost respect. I know Des paid for readings for this person and whatnot. And what she projected of me and the channel was that I was out basically for clout. And that if I didn't get recognition for something, that I get upset and blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever. I have come on and said, I don't think anybody else has put it out there yet or whatever. Bonnie, I don't know if she's been transferred yet, hon. Yeah, so it's hurtful when I have a subscriber that was really treated with utmost respect, and Des went above and beyond to help this person in her personal life, and as well as Des paid for a lot of reads for this person. So to say that you know, the only thing I do here is for clout and this and that. I'm a card reader. Okay, I bring you this, you guys, because you guys have asked for this. I give my opinion. I ask you guys mostly, do you want my opinion on it? If you do, I give it. But I also look at everybody else's opinions too on what they think. I don't mind being corrected if I'm wrong on something. Somebody actually in the comment section of my last live, after it had gone over to the YouTube after the live, had said, you know, like, no, that's not, I forget what it was about. It was about, I think, the Heather Daybell, you know, you should look into more and be up to date more on who's who. Well, I don't really have the time, you guys, to follow that. So I did respond to her, like, you know, I'm not a true crime channel, although, you know, because I worked in the legal field in Canada for a lot of years, I tend to give my opinion on things. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I don't know, I say, you know, I don't know, but this is how it is in Canada. And I'm always open to everybody else's thoughts or opinions if they happen to know exactly what it's about. But I mean, to out and out disparage me and say that I'm only here for clout and that if I don't get credit for something, that I get snooty, and it's just beyond me, especially for somebody that we highly respected. And yes, Des. Um, Des was very hurt by this too, because this is somebody that Des gave her private phone number to and tried to help her in her personal life and stuff like that. It's really hurtful, very, very hurtful. Yeah. So, I mean, if that's the way this person feels, they can stay away from my channel, because and then accused me and the channel of only being, or wanting drama. I am the first person that shuts things down when drama started. Somebody had asked me to do a read on the cash. I forget his name. Somebody please help me out here. And I ask for that a lot too in my channel. Please help me out, blah, 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 because I don't know. I was also disparaged for doing that. Thank you, J Patrol. I appreciate it. And like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, being the sister-in-law and not the daughter. Yes, thank you, Kat. I did put out, I don't know, I thought it was a daughter, and somebody corrected me that it was the sister-in-law. So yes, I was very grateful for that. So to say that I attack people when they correct me is totally wrong. I'm looking for Des's comment here. Yeah, Cash Gurnan. Thank you, Des. Cash. I was asked to do a reading on Cash, and I said, no, not going there. There's too much drama around it, and I don't want it on my channel. So to say that I'm here just causing drama and stuff like that, and it was just very disrespectful from this person. I don't know why they would say what they said, but it really hurt me and does bad. So, oh, thank you, Joanne. Thank you, everybody. Like I said, I don't want to make a big thing about it, but it is very hurtful. And I love each and every one of you too. And we do, especially Des. She's got so much on her plate. So when she reaches out and tries to help people that are maybe going through a hard time or having a hard time, just to be disparaged the way that we were, it's just because this is, and I will say it, Missy, please don't take this wrong, Miss Missy. I love you to death. You know that. And we think the world of you too. And I appreciate the modding that you do. But this is really me and Des's channel. And I've said that from the beginning. Without Des, I wouldn't be able to do half of what I have been able to do over this last year. So it really hurt both Des and I for the disparaging remarks that were made. And yes, I'm not going to let that negativity come here. So sorry, but it is what it is. I guess there's one in every bunch, but I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know, it hurt me. And I just found out about this just before starting this live. So card readers are against Jesus Christ the King. What? What? Patty Cook. You do realize that I read cards, right? You do realize that I read cards. So, I don't know what to say to that, Patty. And most of my reads have been pretty smack on. So, to each their own opinion. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, thank you. I love you. Yes, Lisa Durr, thank you very much. We love you people trying to start drama, need to leave, no negativity here. Exactly. If you don't like card readers or what I do, then maybe my channel is not for you. Yeah, Miss Missy, I love you. And I hope, Missy, you don't take that wrong, because, you know, I love you and I respect you and I'm very grateful for everything that you do here too. I meant it in a way that Des has been with me since the very beginning. And she does a lot of behind the scenes things, taught me how to even be able to do these lives and stuff like that. So you're very welcome, Janice, and welcome. Yes, nobody is made to listen, watch, etc. So please be nice, because if you're not, it's just going to be see you later. Because I don't want the drama, I don't want the negativity. To each their own. Everybody is entitled to believe what they want and how, you know. But I don't need the negativity and stuff. Like, if you don't like what I do, then please just don't watch. You don't have to be mean or disparage me or Des or Missy or anybody else here. If you don't like it, then please just leave. No hard feelings. To each their own. So, and I'm not going to get into religious beliefs. Everybody has their own religious beliefs or whatever, and they are entitled to those beliefs. Oh, thank you, Des. Thank you so much. Yes. Just to let you guys know too, is I have enabled again the super chats, because I've got a lot of emails asking for the mini reads. So I am going to do one more session of mini reads for you guys. I know I cut it off really quick, because I am demonetizing my channel, just until I get all my income tax sorted. Okay, so I will, because I did get a lot of emails and that saying to please just give us one more chance, one more chance. I will do that, but then after that, you guys, all my monetization is going to be cut probably for the summer. Okay, and then I will restart it up again. But I did remonetize for this. I don't know how lengthy it's going to be. Yes, and there was a couple of people that did not have a chance. Thank you, Des, for that, sis. I love you too, and all the angels of truth. We try to do our best here. We don't, you know, try to harm or hurt anybody, and I surely do not do this for clout. Anyway, I'm going to try and let it go because it was very hurtful. Oh, thank you. Bruce Davis says, I'm new, being here a couple of times, and I like you and what you do. Thank you so much, and welcome, Bruce. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you too. Bruce, the court hearing is supposed to start at 12:30, but I did come in a little earlier. Oh, Summer Dawn, thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. So yes, it is scheduled to start at 12:30, which is 6 minutes time. Just give me a second, you guys. I just want to go and close my back door so you guys aren't getting any outside interference for once this happens and once it starts. Although Raging Night Wolf, whoops. Raging Night Wolf says, ma'am, although my views differ in certain areas, you have always been most respectful, and there has certainly been no drama on differing points of view. Oh, thank you so much, Raising Wolf. Yes, to each their own. I live with someone, I rent a room to somebody who has totally different views than me, religiously and politically. And we have had to agree to disagree, because I don't want that kind of negativity. You know what I mean? I respect his views. I'm trying to get him to respect my views. He may not agree with them, but just respect that I have different views than you. And I got to respect that you may have different views than me. And the respect is on the table. I am so much about honesty and respect. And, oh, okay, let me go close my back door just so there's no interference for you guys trying to hear when this starts. Okay, back door. Yes, Des has had her hands full lately. Sorry, missed the live due to test. Yes, I let everybody know, sis, that you had your hands full yesterday. In and out of different MRIs and x-rays and this and that and driving. So yes, she was very busy yesterday. We don't need to agree, but respect is everything. Exactly. I may not share your view on something, but I respect your view. You know, I'm not asking anybody to conform. I'm not Chad Daybell. So, but to go to somebody else's channel that I and Des both respect, I'm not going to mention the channel, but she went to somebody else's channel who I love and respect. I just love this channel. And disparaged us is just ridiculous. So, yes, thank you. And you guys help make it that way. It's not just me and Des and Missy. It's all of yous that help make this channel what it is. So, yes. On another channel I watch, a person said, when you are disrespected, just tell that person, bless your heart, it will confuse them. Yes, and Capel says, Des, no apologies. Yes, there's no reason for you to have to apologize, Des. We have life. Life happens. And especially when you're going through the testing and everything that you were going through, absolutely, there is no reason for you to have to apologize. I totally understand. I don't think I don't think she knows who. She's going to know now, but I don't think the other channel knew who she was referring to because she didn't say my channel name. She just said this creator, and we knew exactly who she was talking about by what she said and what she brought up, which I'm not going to bring up because it will expose who the person is, and I'm not about to do that here. I'm not going to dox anybody, if that's what they call it. I could be live. Am I saying that wrong, Des, Missy? But by the content of what she said when she was disparaging us, and what she referred to, we know exactly what it is because it had something to do with, I mean, you couldn't miss it, put it that way. But I'm not going to throw out her name, who it is. She knows who she is. So, very disappointed in her. Very, very, very disappointed in her. I think they will. I replied to it. So did Des. So I do think that this person will have my back. Maybe that channel will come and check out what I'm talking about because I don't remove anything. Everything is there. She can come and check it out herself and, you know, make her own decision on that, whether this person's comment and disparaging was acceptable or not. I will let her make that decision on her own, which as how it should be. Yes. So yes, you guys, I would appreciate if you guys did share out the petition where you can. For those of you who don't have the link to it, let us know, and maybe Des can give you the link that you can share out. Or I think I can get it. I got, okay, wait a minute, you guys. Let me just make sure that this has not started yet. It is starting. Okay, so you guys, sorry, we're going to have a chit chat about this after. Okay, so we are waiting. Sorry, you guys, I was totally not even paying attention. Okay, so as soon as this starts, you guys, please let me know that you can hear it. I think I shared, oh gosh. I think I shared the audio. Please let me know right away if you guys cannot hear it. You won't hear anything right now until you see them all come on screen. And once that happens, please let me know if you cannot hear it when it starts. They have a live camera in the courtroom, but this is via Zoom. But we don't have the Zoom link, so. Oh, you're very welcome. You are very, very welcome. Christy, I went to surgery yesterday. Results in my Oh my gosh, Christy. I'm so sorry to hear that, my dear. We wish you all the best. I hope everything goes good for you, and we will be saying prayers for you, my dear. No, I don't have to mute my, I am going to be muting my mic, but I don't have to, I'm not in the actual Zoom yet, but I will be muting it. They're not in, you can see here, they're not in here yet, so I'm not concerned. Yes. I get you, Mario. I have a broken back that I've been living with for over 15 years, and they said that they could do surgery and do some fusion and this and that. And I said, well, what's my chances of things being better or worse? And they said 50-50. I said, odds aren't good enough. So sometimes, yes, it does come out worse. But I mean, I think a lot of the technology has gotten better in the last 15 years. So, but I'm still not, I'm a chicken shit, you guys. I'm still not okay with going and doing something. Yes, please hit the like. Please hit that like button, you guys. I appreciate it. Also, like I said, I did put the super chats back up for today, and I will be doing another mini read session for you guys. Oh, Kim Connolly, yes, I feel you, girl. See, and you get some like DJ. I've had neck and lower back surgery, all went well. Yes, I think it all depends on the person. See, and this is what I mean, you guys. Des puts herself out there for anyone and everyone. She's always there to help. And this is why I took those comments towards me and the channel and Des hard. They were, you know, because she's always there for everybody. Well, that sucks, Mario. I hope everything gets straightened out for you soon. Lisa, you know, to each their own. You've got to weigh your options. I would suggest get a few different opinions. But like I said, when I said no to the surgery, that was 15 years ago, and I know things have come a long way since then. So, I mean, it's a individual decision. So, with whatever decision you make, we will be saying our prayers for you. Hello, High Priestess. Hello, everybody coming in. Hello, Ridgeback. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody. I almost missed getting this up. They should be starting any minute, you guys. Tina, thank you. Very well said. Very well said. Thank you so much for that. Yes, absolutely, Missy. She's got a heart of gold and will help anybody. Where is that? I'm going to put that back up. I love that. There was another one. Okay, where's my papers? You guys know me and my memory. The petition, Capel, is for, says link too big for me to share, too many characters. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see if I can. Yes, I love that. I love that quote. Thank you so much for that, Tina. Okay, let me see. Copy link. Let's see if I can put it in here. There it is. There's the link, you guys. I don't know, Des, because you have the most power. I mean, you basically have the same power that I have on the channel. Oh, see, I'm sharing it. Did it come? And I missed somebody's comment. Please don't get mad at me. I missed it. The petition is for the release of the Barry Morphew arrest affidavit. Oh, thank you. Okay, so there is the link to it, you guys. I think a lot of people were messaging me saying that, why do we have to make a donation to sign it? You don't. You can just skip that part. You do not have to make a donation to sign it, okay? So if you guys can sign it and share it out on your social media everywhere, please, so we can get this petition. I'm trying to get 1,000. Yes, Capel, that is it. Okay, let me just check something else here, you guys. I'm just checking somebody else's.
Snagging this $89 portable AC? I recently discovered how to refrigerate any.
Won't be arranged. She hasn't even had.
Okay, I just wanted to check somebody else's channel to make sure that. High Priestess, the petition is for the release of the Barry Morphew affidavit. There's a very well written description on it. I took a lot of the comments that you guys had made in that last live and put it in that petition. So, oh, hi, Angel Girl. So yes, it's for the release of the Barry Morphew affidavit. We're getting a petition together because I know from what I've heard now, I can't validate it or verify it really, but I know I have heard from a certain source that the media is going to file an appeal regarding the release of the affidavit. So the more that they've got standing behind them, and I'm hoping once I get to 1,000 signatures on it, I'm going to send it over to the news media so they can maybe it's going to help them in their quest to have this released. Because I don't think Barry Morphew should be having, and a lot of you here have stated, like, why is he getting special treatment? We look at the Chad Daybell and the Lori Vallow and the Letitia Stout cases. All their arrest affidavits were released. And there was still ongoing investigation. So everything that they used as a reason not to release it, we've debunked because it's been done in other cases. And it goes against your guys' constitutional right for transparency within transparency in the justice system. It's supposed to be transparent. You know, redact it. Redact certain things that are inadmissible or that can't be used. Redact it and release it. So we are on watch here for the hearing. I don't know why it is not started yet. Hopefully there's no more surprises. Oh, Christy, that's mine. The L4, L5 is what I have problems with too. And there's some big, huge, long name that starts with an S that they say I have. Spondylitis, something, whatever. I just put it in the back of my mind and okay. Cindy says it's full screen now. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put it back to this for now, you guys, just until it starts. Barry's got a vendetta again, the media, and is basically fighting against them to prove he has the upper hand on them. He could care less how it affects the girls. Exactly. And don't be surprised, you guys, when this starts. Suzanne is going to be made to be the aggressor. His defense, it's already been shown that his defense is going to try and make him the victim. Okay, classic narcissistic behavior. He was the victim, blah, blah, blah. But back to the Chad Daybell thing, okay? We discussed a lot in the last live about Chad going to try and say that he had no part of this, that it's all Lori and her brother. Now, I went back through a lot of things that covered this, okay? Now, he's going to have a hard time doing that, and these are the pointers that I came up with in my own, and if you guys have any more, please put them in the comments. But what I'm saying that he's going to have a hard time pinning this on Lori and Alex is when the police went and were looking for Lori, okay, he said that he didn't know Lori very well, but he was married to her at the time, okay? Also said he didn't have her phone number, which clearly he did. He knew that the police were looking for the children, but he refused to give any information on that. He knew that there was a court order against Lori to produce the kids, but he went along with fleeing to Hawaii with her, knowing that that order was outstanding. He in turn did call Melanie Gibb also and tried to get her to lie about JJ's whereabouts. He also fled with Lori. Okay, there's also that text that he sent to his wife saying that he shot a raccoon and was burning wood before it got soaked. Refused to talk to the lawyer, saying that the lawyer has told him not to check or speak with reporters or anything. So why are you always talking to a lawyer, you know? So there's a lot of, those are the points that I just quickly came out with. Spondylitis in my neck. Yeah, it was something along those lines, Christine. I don't know. It's a big, huge, long thing that they said about my back. Thank you, High Priestess. Thank you very much. Please share it out everywhere that you can. Happy birthday, Kit Kat. Mario says, happy birthday, Kit Kat. Happy birthday, Kit Kat. And thank you to everybody signing the petition. Please also share it out where you guys can. Let's get it out there. Let's get to 1,000 signatures. Spondylitis, yes, it's something along, that's it. Right there. That's it. I knew I'd recognize it if I seen it, but I knew I can't say that word, so I'm not even going to attempt it. I will put it up on screen. Thank you, High Priestess. Thank you, thank you. High Priestess Angelique is sharing to Facebook. Thank you. So if you've got all these different platforms, what is it? Twitter and I don't know if it's a TikTok thing, but whatever all those other platforms are, if you can share it out, I would very much appreciate it. Yes, Des did take a quick run. We haven't started yet, Des. The court hasn't started yet, so you're good. Oh, there's a new one, Cat H. I haven't seen. Just please drive carefully, Des. Don't worry, we're good here. Missy is still here, and I think she's got it down. Kitty Cat Meow. I love that name. Kitty Cat Meow. Thank you, Mandy Hall. Thank you, dear. Also share it out where you can. But Cat, let's get back to this. Ankylosing spondylitis. Oh, I seen some movement, you guys, over on the court page. I will go back to full screen when it starts. Also, please don't forget, you guys, once this starts, if you cannot hear it, let me know. Oh my gosh, Kim. Kim says she had her first spinal fusion at 9 years old. Wow. This is going to be live, Mario. It is by Zoom, but it is live. Oh, Des just sent me a picture of all her stuff that she had to pick up at the post office. It's like Christmas. All she's missing is, I can't share it with you guys. Because I don't have my camera on. But you should see the back of her vehicle is filled with parcels. All she's missing is a Christmas tree above it. The court is on the Zoom, so we are going to see everything as it happens. Here we go. Okay, you guys, can you guys hear it?
The FTR recording system. It's also being live streamed on the court's YouTube channel for
Can you hear?
availability of the hearing. In addition, in order to allow public access, we do have limited seating here, and that's consistent with our Supreme Court's operating order for social distancing. So we do have people in the courtroom as well, pursuant to that order. Uh, Mr. Daybell, as you know, I'm Judge Boyce. I'm the district judge for Fremont County, and I've been assigned to preside over this case. In a few minutes, I'll arraign you on criminal charges that have been brought against you by the state of Idaho pursuant to an indictment that was issued by a grand jury. Before doing so, I'll explain what will happen at this arraignment and then advise you of your constitutional rights and plea options. If at any time you need to communicate with Mr. Pryor in confidence, please advise me. We can arrange to have the two of you in a separate place outside the record of the court or anyone else and have a personal discussion if you require that during the time of this hearing. In this case, there was an indictment issued by the grand jury on May 25th, 2021, and that indictment sets forth the criminal charges that have been brought against you. The indictment's not evidence, rather it sets forth the criminal charges against you that would be prosecuted by the state of Idaho in this case. Mr. Pryor, have you received a copy of the indictment and reviewed that with your client, Mr. Daybell? Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Pryor. In a moment then, Mr. Daybell, I will advise you of the charges that are pending against you and explain the penalties associated with those charges. Next, I'll discuss, Mr. Pryor, your plea options and rights. The purpose of an arraignment is to have you enter a plea to the charges in the indictment. At the end of the arraignment, then you'll be asked to enter a plea. In that regard, you would have three options. Your first option is that you may enter a plea of not guilty to the charges. If you elect to plead not guilty, then a jury trial and a pretrial conference will be scheduled in this case. Also, by pleading not guilty, you would maintain all of your constitutional rights in this case, which rights were previously explained to you at an initial appearance on May 26, 2021 before the magistrate. Among those rights, you have, I'll go through some of those. You have the right to be presumed innocent. The presumption of innocence is a real and important right which lies at the foundation of our criminal justice system. Therefore, unless you either plead guilty at a later date or the state proves the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, the presumption of innocence remains in your case. You also have the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of your peers, as well as the right to see, hear, confront, and have your attorney question all witnesses who may be called to testify against you. During the pendency of your case and at trial, you also have the right to be represented by an attorney. As you are in custody, you also have the right to communicate with your attorney at all stages of your case, and reasonable access to communicate with your attorney will be provided throughout these proceedings. At your trial, you would have the right to present evidence in your defense and the right to the subpoena power of this court to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf. And finally, if you plead not guilty, you will retain the right to remain silent and exercise the privilege against compulsory self-incrimination. This means that you cannot be required to testify against yourself. However, you may voluntarily take the witness stand at trial if you so choose, but you cannot be compelled to do so. If you decide not to testify in your own behalf, then the prosecuting attorney could make no remarks about your failure to testify and cannot imply to the jury that exercising your constitutional right to remain silent is any indication of your guilt. The second option you would have today is to enter no plea at all. If you decide to do that, the court would enter a plea of not guilty for you, and you'd continue to maintain all of the rights that I've previously explained. And your third option at this arraignment is that you may plead guilty to any or all of the charges. However, it is important that you understand that if you do plead guilty, you would automatically waive rights, including rights under the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments to the U.S. Constitution, as well as similar rights contained in the Idaho Constitution. In other words, if you decide to plead guilty, you would waive your right to a trial. There'd be no trial in your case, and you'd no longer be presumed innocent. The state would no longer have the burden of proving the case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. By pleading guilty, you would also give up your 6th Amendment right to confront your accusers and cross-examine any witnesses against you, and give up your right to offer evidence of your own behalf in response to the state's case against you. You would also waive any defenses you have to the charges contained in the indictment, including any claims that there is a defect in the state of Idaho's case against you, or that you've been treated unfairly by the court. Give up also your 5th Amendment right to remain silent and the privilege against self-incrimination. And if you were to plead guilty, you would also be required to testify under oath concerning the facts of the alleged offenses in this case to allow me to determine whether or not there's a factual basis for your plea, whether the plea would be made knowingly, freely, and voluntarily, and to determine whether or not you fully understand the consequences of that plea. Finally, you are advised if you decided to plead guilty, any testimony that you give while under oath concerning the alleged offenses could and would likely be used against you at a later trial if I were to not accept your plea for some reason, or if you later withdrew your plea. It is very important you understand all the rights and options I just explained to you. Before we go any further then with this proceeding, Mr. Daybell, do you have any questions on any of those rights I've just explained to you? Very well. Mr. Daybell, in this case, then you were brought before this court to answer for the indictment filed in this case, which alleges you've committed serious crimes in that 8 felony charges have been filed in the grand jury's indictment. In that indictment, let me ask you a question, Mr. Pryor, do you have that before you? Copy of the indictment? All right. Is the defendant's name, Mr. Daybell, spelled and listed correctly on that indictment on the caption? All right, thank you. At this time then, I will go through the charges that are listed in the indictment and the penalties for each charge. After doing that, then, Mr. Pryor, I'll ask your client how he pleads. So I'll read through the list of charges first, and then I'll ask for the plea after that. Then the indictment that was filed on May 25th, in count 1, charges Mr. Daybell the offenses of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft by deception, both felony counts under Idaho Code 18-1701, 18-4003A, 18-24031, 18-24034A, 18-24071B3. The count in count 1 names Tylee Ryan as the victim on the murder charge, and that count carries a penalty on the murder charge of it is punishable by death or imprisonment for life, and it provides that if the death penalty is not pursued by the state, then the court shall impose a life sentence with a minimum period of incarceration of 10 years. The grand theft portion of that charge has a penalty of up to 14 years of prison and a fine of up to $5,000 and possible restitution. That's a summary of those charges, and you've waived the reading of the charges. So let me ask you on that count 1, Mr. Daybell, do you understand the charge and those possible penalties? Okay. The next count in the indictment is count 2. That is a count of first-degree murder under Idaho Code 18-4001, 18-4002, 18-4003, subsection A, and 18-4004. And that count names Tylee Ryan as the victim. The possible penalty or punishment for that count is by death or imprisonment for life. And if the death penalty is not pursued, then the court shall impose a life sentence with a minimum period of incarceration of 10 years. You understand that charge and the possible penalties? Count 3 of the indictment charges conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft by deception. Those are felonies under the same code sites that were previously listed under count 1. That count names Joshua Jackson Vallow, also known as J J Vallow, as the named victim in that count. And the penalty for those charges on the conspiracy to commit first-degree murder is punishable by death or imprisonment for life. And if the death penalty is not pursued, then the court shall impose a life sentence with a minimum period of incarceration of 10 years. On the charge of grand theft by deception, that would have a penalty of up to 14 years in prison, a fine of up to $5,000. You understand the charge in count 3 and those possible penalties, Mr. Daybell? Sure. Very well. Count 4 of the indictment charges you with first-degree murder, a felony under the statute previously cited, and the other counts also. That count names J J Vallow as the victim, and again, is punishable by death or imprisonment for life. If the death penalty is not pursued, then the court shall impose a life sentence with a minimum period of incarceration of up to 10 years. You understand count 4 and the possible penalties, Mr. Daybell. All right, the next count listed in the indictment is count 5, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. That count names Tammy Daybell as the named victim. It's charged again under Idaho Code 18-4001, 18-4003, subsection A, and 18-1701. And that count is also punishable by death or imprisonment for life. And if the death penalty is not pursued, then the court shall impose a life sentence with a minimum period of incarceration of 10 years. Do you understand the charge in count 5 and the possible penalties? Count 6 of the indictment is a charge of first-degree murder. That names Tammy Daybell as the victim. It's charged under Idaho Code 18-4001, 18-204, and 18-4003, subsection A. That count also is punishable by death or imprisonment for life, provided that if the death penalty is not pursued, then the court shall impose a life sentence with a minimum period of incarceration of 10 years. Do you understand count 6 and those possible penalties, Mr. Daybell? All right, count 7 of the indictment is not a charge against you, it's a charge against a co-conspirator. Count 8 of the indictment charges you, Mr. Daybell, with the crime of insurance fraud, which is a felony under Idaho Code section 41-293. That is a felony that carries up to 15 years in prison and a fine of up to $15,000 plus restitution. You understand that charge and those possible penalties? All right, count 9 is also a charge of insurance fraud under that same statute. It carries the same penalty I just mentioned in count 8, which again is 15 years of prison and a $15,000 fine plus restitution. You understand that charge and those possible penalties? All right, that is a summary then of the charges that have been filed against you and the penalties. I would also note those penalties in each of the counts could be ordered to be served either concurrently, meaning running together, or consecutively. And so do you understand those charges could also run consecutively in those different counts, Mr. Daybell? All right, at this time then, having gone through the counts and the possible penalties, at this point, I would ask your client how he intends to plead. Before I do that, Mr. Pryor, do you have any questions for the court or anything you need to discuss with your client before I ask for the plea? All right. Thank you, Mr. Pryor. I will go through them then individually. Again, on count 1 of the indictment, Mr. Daybell, how do you plead? Under the not guilty plea on count 1. On count 2, how do you plead? On count 3, how do you plead? On count 4, how do you plead? On count 5, how do you plead? On count 6, how do you plead? On count 8, how do you plead? And on count 9, how do you plead? Very well. Not guilty pleas are entered as to all the counts in the indictment. At this time, normally we would discuss a trial setting. I talked to counsel and chambers before we started, and given the nature of the case, we've determined that we'll set a scheduling conference 2 weeks from today to get a trial set. Does your client agree to a scheduling conference in 2 weeks and move to a trial setting right now, Mr. Pryor? Yes, I discussed that. All right, very well. Do you understand then we'll set your trial in 2 weeks in lieu of doing that today, Mr. Daybell? Okay. So we'll hold that hearing on June 23rd. Council, any suggestions on time? I'm thinking probably just in the morning at 9:30.
That works for the state as well, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, I'll set the scheduling conference for June 23rd at 9:30 a.m. We will conduct that hearing by Zoom. That will not be a live in-person proceeding. And at that time, we will get the matter set for a trial on these counts. I believe that concludes the matters we need to bring up on this case this morning. Then, is there anything further from the state on the case today?
Nothing further from the state at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Blake. Anything further from the defense, Mr. Pryor? You may. Thank you, counsel. That will conclude the hearing and we'll be in recess.
So there we have it, you guys. Yes, he just sealed his fate. Nope, they're not going for a bond hearing. He's going to be held in custody. They're going to do a scheduling conference on June 23rd at 9:30 in the morning. I don't know if I can stream that one, but I will be watching it and we'll let you guys know what happens there. Yeah, I could hear the prosecutor, the judge, but I could barely hear the defense at all. I think there was something up with their mics, and I hope that doesn't run into a problem because it's all being reported on for the courts. So I hope, I don't know. Yeah, he pled not guilty, and we kind of expected that, not guilty on all counts. We kind of expected him to plead not guilty. He doesn't think he's done anything wrong. Like I said, I think he's going to try and pin it all on Lori and Alex, but there's just too much that happened for him to be able to weasel his way out of that. And I mentioned a few of them that I picked up on. He pled not guilty, does to everything. Yes, he is truly a monster. Connie, I agree. Yeah, and no red tie today. Thank you for that, Christine. Yep, on all counts. So there's some of the reaction. Exactly, Rosie, and that's what he's going to try and do. But there's just too much that ties him to this. And like, how would Lori and Alex get in to kill his wife? You know what I mean? So yeah, it was very hard to hear the defense and to hear Chad. I think, yeah, somebody mentioned in the chat here that it almost sounded like they had their mics off. So Cat H, I agree. Yes, Connie Miller. Well said, my dear. Well said. iRage says, God told him to do all that. Of course, no one can hold him accountable. How dare we challenge God's will? What a coward. Yes, I agree. So that's what's happened, you guys. Like I said, I don't think I can stream. Well, we'll wait and see what comes out regarding that hearing, the scheduling conference. They may allow it, they may not. I will have to wait until it gets closer to the date and see the order itself before I can see if I can stream it or not. Perjury, perjury, perjury. Right now he's, that's his plea. He's entitled to enter whatever plea he wants to. And I noticed again, John Pryor could not wait to get out of there. I mean, people weren't even really done getting up yet, and he asked if he could be excused. He couldn't wait to get away from Chad. So I don't know what's his beef there, but you're very welcome, Kat. You are very, very welcome. And thank you again, you guys, for the super chats. It helps. It takes a lot of time to do these things for you, so that does help. Thank you very much. I've also, sorry, there's nothing we can do. Just have let me answer this, you guys. Okay, sorry, that was my daughter. Okay, let's get back to this. We'll turn on each other, no doubt. Rosie, concurrent means at the same time. Yes. Consecutively means if he gets 10 years on each charge, they all add up. So if he's got 8 charges and he gets 10 charges on each, if he has to serve it consecutively, that's 80 years. Concurrent means that he would serve 10 years because that means all the charges would be being served at the same time. So concurrent is different than consecutive. And I think if they don't go for the death penalty, it will be consecutive sentencing. I don't think they would run concurrent. So I do not, there we go. Thank you, whoops. Thank you, Tina L. Yes. So if he gets 10 years on each charge or 20 years on each charge, he could be looking at 160 years. Concurrent, then it would only still be 10 years. So, or the most, if he got 10 years on most of the charges and he got a 25-year sentence on the first-degree murder, then it would be 25 years concurrent, which means he would have to serve 25 years. It's the highest amount given. All the others would run concurrent to that. So which means being served at the same time, but they take the highest amount of time that he got from each of the charges. So if he got 10 years on all charges, but one he got 25 years, then he would have to do 25 years, and the other ones at 10-year sentences would run concurrent. But I do believe that if they don't ask for the death penalty, they will be asking for consecutive sentences. So he would never get out either way. It's well on its way, Christine. It's well on its way. He hasn't been found guilty yet, but things are moving along. Aw, a YouTuber, 1974. First time I see you here. Welcome. Says I'm in Australia and stayed up all night just after midnight to watch this. Figured he would plead not guilty. Felt second to hear him plead not guilty, though. Yeah, knowing that it's going to happen and then actually hearing it is what hits you in your heart, right? You think that he would have manned up and taken accountability and show that he's an actual man, but no. Yes, I agree, Des. It's not worth the risk. You could be paralyzed. It's not worth the risk. Tina L says, does anyone know why Lori has been declared broke yet Chad hasn't, though they are married? I think that came side and side with not competent stand trial. So she's not competent to understand her charges. She's not competent to say to pay for them. But I also believe that everything has been frozen too. And she didn't have a lot of money left, right? And also usually in marriages, anything that a spouse has gotten via death benefits or death insurance usually is not community property. That's why Suzanne's 500,000 is still hers, even though, you know, they're married. It's hers. There's some things that are not community property in a marriage. Oh, Rosie, 3:16 a.m. there. Girl, you need some sleep, but I appreciate you staying up so late to be here with us. Rosie, you are a blessing, and I appreciate you. Bonnie Diaz says, Chad's walking funny, karma's a bitch. Patricia, you just joined in. They just had Chad Daybell's arraignment. He pled not guilty to all charges. So they are going to, on June 23rd, they have a scheduling conference where they are going to be setting a trial date. And I believe that they are going to do that quickly. They want to get their trial underway and a date set for trial so they can keep these trials separated. But what I noticed, what do you guys think? I noticed as soon as that date was set, John Pryor couldn't get out of there quick enough. And he looked at the judge and said, can I be excused? And didn't even look at Chad, didn't converse with Chad, like to say, look at buddy, hang in there. You know, like usually when you got a lawyer, your lawyer, this is a time that you get with your lawyer that you don't have to go to the jail to see them, right? So usually the lawyers take advantage of being able to have a little chit chat with their client right there. And John Pryor wanted no part of that. He couldn't get away from him fast enough. What do you guys think about that? Did you guys see that? Rosie said she spent it all on her hair and makeup. Yeah, she bought extra Kool-Aid for sure. Yes, Kim, we are sending you big hugs, my dear. And everything works differently for everybody, and it's somebody's personal, you know, option. So I'm glad that you did have it and that it stopped you from being paralyzed. You know, our prayers and thoughts and everything are with you, and it's to each their own personal choice. But in this case, Kim, we are glad that you had yours and that it really did save you. You had an hour or so sleep, Rosie. Okay, Missy, thank you for being here, my dear. And I'm going to close this up too. It's been just over an hour, but I want to make sure that you guys got to see this and with your own eyes. And although we couldn't, I think the defense mics were off for some reason because they were very hard to hear. Yes, we are very glad for you, Kim, that it worked out for you. Yes, Des. And Des's personal choice, you know, like she's not ready to take that risk or willing to take it. So I stand by whatever choices people make, especially for their own personal health. I stand by you 100%. I'm still too chicken to get it done. I'm not confident enough in, especially the hospitals here where I am now. If I was back in Hamilton with the expertise of some of the hospitals and doctors there, I might do it, but not here. Yes, Pryor knows he's on a sinking ship. Yes. Yeah. John Pryor has the last while Oh, you're very welcome, Marianne. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your time, because you guys being here, your time matters just as much as mine. So thank you all for spending your little bit of your morning or afternoon or evening or very early morning, whichever time zone you were in. Thank you for spending it here with us and supporting the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do. I do believe too that that's what's going to happen. If you guys go back like to over a year ago when I did a read on them separately to what was going to happen, this all came out exactly what's happening. It all did come out that they would end up turning on each other and stuff. So go back into those readings. It's going to be the ones that aren't the full screen readings. It's when I some of my very first videos. Let me see if I can find it here and put it in the chat for you. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I'm doing something wrong. Just give me a second, you guys. Playlist. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, thank you, Des. Thank you so much for that. Every little bit helps. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me see here. Oh my gosh. Videos. Let me see. I'm trying to find the one that I'm speaking about. So I can put the link for it for you guys. Oh, here it is. I believe this is it. There's two. Okay, so here is the one that I did on Lori to see if this is when everybody had asked me to do separate reads on them. Oh, thank you, Missy. I appreciate you. Okay, so this link here is for the one I did on Lori, that first link, when I did individual reads on them to see who was going to turn on who. And the second link I'm going to give you is the one that I did on just Chad. Okay, so there's the two readings. You might want to go and watch those. And the one is called Chad Daybell Buckle Up Buttercup. And the other one is Lori Vallow, Who is Tricking Who, though. Okay, so those are the two that you guys can go back and watch. They were done very early on in this case before any court proceedings had been started. And I did individual, I was asked to do individual reads. Okay, why is he saying that phrase here lately? What phrase? What am I missing, Missy? Why is he saying that phrase here lately? You're very welcome, GJ. Thank you for spending some time with us here and watching it. Okay, Missy, you said, why is he saying that phrase here lately? Which phrase are you talking about? Missy, what phrase are you talking about, hon? Thank you, Des, for putting the links up. I appreciate it. Yes, the summer line is out, you guys. So if you want to go and check it out, you don't got to buy anything. Just go over there, check it out if you like. You can see what I have available. And the shirts they don't have any writing with the angel wings. In my icon here, you can see that there's above and beyond ancestor readings with the gold wings. It's not like that on the shirts. You just have the golden angel wings on the back of the shirts. They're really, really beautiful. And please, yes, hit the like. Thank you for that, Rosie. I'm trying to see where Missy, I don't know what she was talking about. Yes, and if you want to get ready for winter, there are still zip-up hoodies and pullover hoodies and sweatshirts. And I'm also going to go over here. And I'm going to get the link again. Copy that link because I know Des can't put it in. Here is also the link again. There is the link again, you guys, if you want to go and sign the petition and share it out everywhere that you can. So there is the link. I think Missy might have left, Des. Oh, Bonnie. Yeah, because I had said, I wonder why John Pryor just can't wait to get away from him. Maybe Chad stinks. Maybe. So again, I'm going to show it one more time, you guys. There is the link to the release Barry Morphew arrest affidavit. Please go over there. It does give the option to donate if you want. You don't have to do that to sign it. Just skip that part, sign the affidavit, and please share it out where you can. Okay, so with that, you guys, thank you, Des and Missy, for modding again. You guys are the best. Thank you to all subscribers that were here and engaged in the chat and whatnot. I appreciate you spending your time here and supporting the channel also. So again, I am going to be in that Zoom for the June 23rd scheduling conference. I don't know if I can stream it. If I can, you know I will do that for you guys. If not, I will give you the rundown once it is done. Okay, thank you guys for your super chats and super stickers. I appreciate it. And thank you all for spending your time here and supporting the channel. I love you all. I respect you all. Thank you again for being here. So until the next time, and I will be doing, thank you for that, Marie Burks. I will be doing one more of the mini reads. Okay, there. Des did donate, and she shared to get more people to sign this petition. So please do that, you guys. It's free to do. Aw, thank you, Bonnie. You guys make it great. All my angels of truth is what I call my subscribers. All of you guys make this channel what it is. And I thank you, both Des, me, and Missy. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being the respectful and great group that you are. And I appreciate it. Okay, so until the next time, you guys, I will have another pop-up mini read session. I don't know when I'm going to do that yet, but I will be doing that for you guys. I've got quite a few emails asking for one more, so I will do that for all yous. And until then, if anything else pops up, I will jump on a live and bring it to you guys. Or I will also, oh, thank you, Des. I appreciate it. And yes, we appreciate all the angels of truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are the most amazing subscribers that anybody could ask for. And Rosie, thank you, Rosie. You are a sweetheart too. Thank you so much. So until the next time, you guys, please take care of yourself and please stay safe. We will see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.